I used to be an avid photographer, which with work and things like that I gave up on, and decided that it was time to get back into it. I learned to go from shooting snapshots in automatic to being a photographer and shooting in manual. And that was huge to me, and my images got so much better.
Chris's presentation is really great. He speaks in very easy to understand terms. He makes it very interactive. So you can walk away with a lot of knowledge and the tools that Chris uses to actually, on a daily basis, to perform his work. And there were a lot of takeaways, even for somebody who's never used it before, but at the end was able to realize I actually learned quite a lot.
The whole thing about aperture and shutter speed and frame rate and all that I needed to touch up on and kind of figure out the difference between each of them, because sometimes I just go on a camera and just kind of mess around and see what looks best, which is kind of a way to do it, but without having prior knowledge, it was harder. So it was much easier once you kind of went through them.
Learning what those settings are to be able to adjust and compensate for those, using filters, using the different capabilities that you could have with a camera, meant that you didn't have to go out and buy the most expensive camera, leave it on auto and hope for the best shot. You could take a good camera and make it do great things because of your ability and your knowledge and experimenting with different things that the camera can do.
There's a lot of good stuff out there on YouTube, but the one thing you don't get on YouTube is that personal connection, that ability to hear the stories. The one thing I really love about Chris's classes is he's so transparent. He doesn't come in with the big Hollywood attitude, no, look at me, I've won all these Emmys and I'm this great videographer and cinematographer. He's a very real, down-to-earth guy, and he lets us learn from the good things he's done, but he also allows us to learn from his mistakes. You're not gonna get that anywhere else.